Can you take me higher
to a place where blind men see? Oh, you didn't know the next line.
I didn't.
Where they
To a
scream?
place where
Blind men scream?
yeah, they're just all like trying to figure out where they're at. They're like, help!
Hello?
Take me higher! Take me somewhere I can see! I don't think I got high enough.
On days like this when the sun is shining and it's really nice, like, I just want to go outside and just sing
Can
that
we just
song.
analyze those lyrics real quick? Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see?
It's a Christian song.
Oh, so like you
yeah,
gotta
to
get
heaven. Yeah, like where there's not, you know, oh my God.
Wait.
I don't even want to have this conversation because it's striking me. I'm getting really triggered right now.
Why? Because
I've been shot.
I'm down. Wait, what's the name of the song?
I think it's called Can You, or it's by
Take
Creed.
me higher. Take me higher.
But
Wait,
he's,
Creed
like,
is a Christian band?
I don't know, but I feel like that song is like, he's like referring to like going to heaven, 'cause, you know, like you don't have any illness or
Can you
anything, you know.
take me higher?
Oh God, I'll just preface by saying I'm not currently a Bible thumper. But
Okay, so let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Can we stay? Can you take
Can
me
we
higher
stay?
to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? Wow. Poetic.
Poetic. This man knew what he was doing.
But my friend, I'd sacrifice all those nights if I could make the earth and my dreams the same. The only difference is to let love replace all our hate. This sounds like a sermon.
He went. Yeah, he
So
went.
let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on. Let's
Come
go
on,
there.
everybody, get up.
Let's ask, can we stay?
Ew, no, I hate everything about that. Also, Sarah, this is the only thing up on my phone. Oh man. Oh yeah. That song also is triggering. So like there was this TikTok I was watching and it was like something about like it was to that song and it was like you don't know pain unless like this song like hits you in a certain way or whatever. I was saying thinking, I'm like, dude, this was the song that they played at my cousin's funeral when he died. I was like, I can remember that being like 6 years old, like at this funeral, like everyone's around me just bawling their eyes out and Creed is just playing in the background. I'm like, I don't know what, like that is like ingrained in my memory, dude.
He would want this. He would want this.
No, and they had it on repeat. It wasn't like there were other songs. That was the only song that played.
How long was the funeral?
Bro, like 3 hours. The visitation and the funeral were like together.
Like, hit him again.
Hit them again. They're gonna know every word to these lyrics whenever they leave. I'm not kidding. Like on like a repeat, the song over and over.
It just
and
kept
over
playing
again.
the same like 5 pictures of him too. It's
Yeah.
just him like smoking a cigarette. Like
He was 13.
what?
Yeah, he was young.
What happened?
He got into a
Listen to too much Creed.
so
No, it's like he wasn't even dead. They just like played like that song so
Yeah,
many times
yeah,
at a
so
funeral home, and he just died there.
he
He's
was
like, I'd rather die than listen to Creed one more
Yeah,
time.
no, I mean, he was so there's like my dad who, you know, I call him my garage dad. So the other uncle who was his brother
Garage
that would have
uncle.
been also considered a garage dad out of the 9 of them. He had 3 kids. 2 of them have since passed, and then the one lives in, I think she's in North or South Carolina. But when he passed away, he was only 13. I would have been like 6, I think. And he went out on his 4-wheeler in this like no trespassing zone that was like, it was basically like dunes, like it was like sand. And he like flipped his 4-wheeler and it like broke his neck and he like died instantly. Yeah.
Why is that? Like anyone that went to a small tound knows a person that got in a really bad 4-wheeler
Yeah,
accident.
yeah.
Like
it was sad
that
too. Like he was
4-wheelers
really
take
young.
out fucking white trash people.
And like I mean, like my uncle was never the same after that. Like I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it was like night and day. I mean, like, and how could you? You know what I mean? Like you couldn't have
Yeah.
expected anything less. But that was probably the worst funeral besides my aunt's that I've been to. And like I remember that one being 6, and I was just
feel
like, holy
a
shit.
kid's funeral is never easy.
Oh no.
This kid that I went to high school with, he was on a 4-wheeler, and like there was one of those like electric fences or whatever, but he didn't see it.
God.
So he literally drove through it. It didn't
No.
it didn't decapitate him, but it was his neck, so it like clotheslined him. But it
was electric.
Well, it wasn't on, but it still like collapsed his esophagus. And then he like couldn't breathe, but his friends didn't know what was going on because they didn't see the thing either. So he was just like, and then they like got him in the car. He didn't breathe for like hours. I guess. Like he was like barely getting breath in. He punched a window through the car trying to like get him to the hospital. They just drove him because I don't know why.
Did he like end up living?
Yeah, he lived, but
Holy fuck.
I feel like something was like fucked up with him afterwards though.
Well, I mean, yeah, because your brain can only
Go without oxygen
for so long before like things start getting damaged. Like
four-wheelers just took
I
out
also couldn't
people.
imagine like being conscious and like not being able to breathe, but like knowing that you can't breathe. It's not even like you can tell somebody that you're not being like able to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I think that's one of my biggest fears is like being in like a coma or something and not being able to tell people like, hey guys, just go ahead and put me out. Like I
know I've said that too, and like I know not everyone has this like same opinion on it, but if I was in the hospital or like I was like a vegetable, more or less, I would honestly rather just cut the cord.
Do you know how many jokes I'd have that would go unsaid if I like.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, and like, I get that like people have different like views on it, but I feel like I would not live a happy, fulfilled life laying in a hospital bed, unable to do anything.
What kind of people have different views on that? Like, what kind of people are like,
well, I think I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
vegetable.
I have seen, like not personally themselves, like I've seen a lot of like documentaries and stuff about like, and like there was like, even when I was going for medical, there would be like parents that would have kids like. This is a story that happened in high school, and like this one was really sad, but there was one kid that I knew that tried to commit suicide,
yeah,
and
that's make everyone sad.
He didn't end up like it didn't happen, but he closed off all the oxygen to his brain, so he was a vegetable. Like he like was a perfectly fine person, and then like was a vegetable. And I think his parents would have rather him like been here on like so they had him here than like them pulling the plug on it.
So they just.
And that's what I'm saying. Like maybe sometimes it's selfish, but like I feel like in some people's mind, like they'd rather have them like here physically on Earth than
everybody. If it happened to them, they're like, no, just go ahead and pull the plug. But when it happens to somebody else,
they don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's like okay, but if that was you, wouldn't you want the plug pulled? But like,
I think it's like hard to put yourself in that type of mindset, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially if it's like a loved one or your child or like your parent or something like that. I think it's like maybe different to see it that way, but it's easy for like me and you to be like, oh yeah, like if I was in that state, like please for the love of God, like take me out. Like I wouldn't feel happy or like fulfilled in that type of.
Isn't it crazy that there's places that have assisted suicides?
I honestly, I feel like I only agree with that if you have like a terminal illness or something. You know what I mean? Like if you're already really suffering or like you're already like, and like I think mental health, like if you didn't already get help and stuff for that, it's a little bit different. Like I wouldn't agree with it in that way. But I'm like, if you have like a terminal illness, like say you have stage 4 cancer, you're in a lot of pain, nothing's working, like you already know you're going to be out. Like I agree with it to that, but that probably is one of the
I
few
would try
things.
every drug. If they gave me like a month to live or something,
oh yeah,
I would try every single drug.
Yeah, I think I probably would too. I always say I won't do acid, and I think I probably would if I knew I was gonna die.
If I was gonna die, I'd do heroin.
Yeah.
I would
just
try
to try everything once.
And if it takes me out, like I have a month to live anyway.
I can't believe you've done acid. I feel like not that like you have worse anxiety than me, but I'm like I would feel like I don't even know, dude. That's like one drug. I'm like.
Yeah, I feel like I was probably just in a different mindset, a different lifestyle than when I just like didn't care. Like literally it was like during the pandemic and I was like, we're all gonna die. Then nothing matters anymore.
No, I like literally feel like I would walk myself straight into like the worst trip of my life. Like I would literally be like, I know I would go off the rails.
I mean, I didn't go like off the rails. It's actually like kind of easier to bring yourself back to like reality than people think. But like, also just like wasn't in a good headspace. Like I was like, there was a point during like 2020 where I was like, literally nothing matters. We're all gonna die. Like I got to that point.
I never got to that point.
I also had lost I lost my job. I lost everything.
See, and like I was on the opposite end. Like me and my boyfriend at the time both still had our jobs. Like we were both considered like
essential.
Yeah. So I was still working like and still doing my everyday things. And like we had like a gym at our clubhouse and like they were letting people in as long as it wasn't more than like 4 people. So like I was still working out, I was still going to work. Like a lot didn't really change for me besides, you know, not being able to go out to bars and like stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No,
like,
I feel like I literally
my life didn't ever feel like it went to a standstill.
No, there was like 2 months where I was just like
This is it. You're like looking out the window, like when will my husband return from war?
That's how I got so addicted to that vape, because like my like big event for the day was walking to the gas station to buy a vape. Like I was like,
my God.
oh, time to
it
walk
like
to the
made
gas
you like
station.
feel like you had like something to do.
Yeah, that was my big event for the day. It was just like time for my daily
when
vape.
you guys did acid when you were like on the bus and stuff, was that not the same time?
Yeah, that was because it was we went to the Indiana Dunes, which like
Is outside.
it's outside. So it was like one of the only places
You
that
could
like
go.
you could go like on a vacation.
That too. Everyone like they like wanted everyone to like be spaced out, obviously, and like quarantining and stuff. But like everybody was outside around each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not inside, we're outside. And
Oh
that makes
yeah,
they had like difference.
they had a block party here in Indianapolis, like that was outside, but it was like shoulder to shoulder people. I'm like, y'all, this isn't. I mean,
I'm not complaining, but this is not social distancing or COVID protocol.
yeah, people were just like sharing shots and stuff. Still, I'm like, they're like, it's outside. You can share shots. You
They
can
missed
actually
the
spit in
old
my mouth. We're
times.
outside. It doesn't matter.
Like I don't know what it was about like being outside that just like ripped people up. They were just like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're outside. No, it does. It really does.
I think the sun started shining, and they were just like, we got to get these people outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, we spent like
Remember
over a
when they were
month.
saying like COVID or sunshine killed COVID? They're like, the heat kills it. I'm like,
The heat kills it. You just go outside and boil to a crisp.
you could have told me anything. I would have been like, okay, as long as I get to go outside and sunshine.
Yeah, at that time it didn't matter.
It's so fucking nice out today. I'm so happy that it's starting to get warm.
I feel like it's actually been consistently nice too. Like it's been in the 70s, like riding out in the 70s, or like the low 80s, but like with a breeze. Oh, it's been so nice. It's been so fucking nice.
It makes me want to be a better person. I don't know. It makes me want to be a better person, but it also like ignites something in my brain to like want to be a little bit of a cockroach as well.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the second that I get outside and I get a little bit of like sunshine, my one serotonin cell is like, time to go.
Time to ruin someone's life.
No, I swear. It's like feels like you're on drugs when you go out in the sun for the first time after a long winter. I'm like,
like starting up a car.
yeah, that's literally how I feel. I think I'm about to ruin someone's life. It might be mine, might be yours. I don't know yet.
Did you guys see your mom for Mother's Day?
Yeah, I went and saw my mom. That woman got needy. I like offered to like come and like have lunch. I got her lunch. I took her to freaking the thrift store. I bought her something at the thrift store. Then I offered to pay for her new tire because she needed a new tire. And then she asked me if I could order her these earrings off of freaking this website. I'm like, ma'am, I just spent like over $200 on your ass. I'm like, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, I feel like moms do get needier the older you get. Like, I feel like there became a point in my mom and I's relationship where like she started depending on me for like emotional support.
That's how I feel.
And I'm like, bitch, why are you crying?
And like not even like necessarily
together.
in a bad way either. Like I literally love being there for my mom. I like I'm like a safe place for her. But there's other times where I'm just like, I'm also feeling a little overwhelmed right now.
You're scaring me.
You're scaring me, Mom. I can't handle this.
Did you guys go eat?
Mm-hmm. She wanted Chick-fil-A, so I took her to Chick-fil-A.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
not the fancy Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. They had little flowers on the tables. They really go above and beyond there.
I imagine like
That's where Creed needs to be playing.
on repeat, just that song at a
Can you
Chick-fil-A.
take me
I know every
higher?
Chick-fil-A employee knows every Creed song.
And probably, what's Flyleaf? Probably Flyleaf too.
Mercy Me.
What was the other one? Like the Hill song or Hill something?
Let the rain fall.
That's Hillary
down
Duff.
the hill.
That's Hillary Duff.
Hey, that's Hill.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, that's a banger. I was thinking about that song.
Wash my brain, let it wash away.
Take it away, Sarah.
Cause I wanna feel the thunder out. When she does that little part, cause I
The little
wanna feel the
jump.
thunder. I'm like,
Honestly, the music like in that era was so good.
mhm.
Oh man, like Kelly Clarkson was still pretty popular then. Hillary Duff had some bangers.
I wanted to be Kelly Clarkson more than anybody in the whole world.
I liked Hillary Duff a lot. I
Yeah.
loved her. She's still honestly that
Kelly
woman
Clarkson
is
was
still
like
beautiful.
edgy, but not too edgy. Where I was like,
It was
I
like
think
just the right
my
amount.
parents would let me be that kind of edgy.
Yeah, like pushing the envelope ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Not enough to maybe notice, but just enough that you kind of notice.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't go see my mom for Mother's Day, but I did. I sent her a gift, which
But
feels.
you didn't you go like the whole week before?
Well, I went to go see her the week before. Yeah. I feel like that's good enough.
That's good enough.
I sent her a gift.
She got a gift. What'd you get her?
I got her a little wine glass. I got her the most like basic mom gift. It's like a wine glass that said like all you need is wine and your dog.
She has like 7 of them.
Dude, moms
you should have put all you need is
shit,
wine
though.
and
like,
your little white crusties.
Yeah. If you get them she goes, I cried, thank you.
I cried.
Like I love thinking about how a mom sees one of those little sayings on a towel and she's just like,
this is it. This is everything.
beautiful.
This is beautiful.
I went to school for copywriting and that's like what I thought I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna write just like little mom sayings for the rest of my life.
Like a Ray Dunn.
Yeah.
It just says soup,
guac,
toothpaste. I'm like, all right, this was like
right.
unoriginal. This is not like people lost their fucking minds over that shit too, dude. Literally, it's a jar.
She literally just put the name of whatever
I'm like,
the object
what
was.
is this bullshit? People are like, I'm selling my Ray Dunn set for $8,000. I'm like, I can literally go take the mason jar out of my cabinet and Sharpie on mason jar, and it's the exact same thing.
You just write mason jar. This is Ray Dunn original.
This is the Ray Dunn original $8,000.
This is actually her protocol that she made. Wait, prototype? No, prototype, right? Are we dumb? Are we fucking dumb?
Me and you both we're both like,
I think it's called a prototype.
I don't fucking know. I figured there's something else. I watch a lot of Shark Tank, so I should know.
This is the original.
Is that right? A prototype? You're supposed to help us. You're supposed to chime in when you know that we're struggling.
Yeah. This is not Wyatt, by the way.
This is not Wyatt. This is the other Wyatt.
Yeah, this is Nicola.
This is the other not Wyatt. Say hi.
His mic's not on. Okay, so when I went home to see my mom, I was like thinking about just like the stuff that she made as a child, and then she would call it like her famous recipe. Like no matter what it was like, this is my famous, broccoli cheddar, and it was
Did your dad ever cook though? Like, did your dad ever cook ever? But also, like, they had a restaurant, so like I bet after they had like been there all day, the last fucking thing they wanted to do was come home and cook for you guys.
That's probably true.
You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't something they could easily slap together, they were probably like, nah, dude, no, thank you.
They were like, breadsticks again. I'm like, breadsticks
again. You can never go wrong with some breadsticks.
Just eating breadsticks every day in the back of a pizza place.
Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Honestly, I don't know.
Living the dream. Honestly.
I don't know how I wasn't like a chubby kid, considering all I ate
carbs,
was pizza and breadsticks for like years.
Your metabolism's a lot high when you're a kid too, and if you were barrel racing and you were doing soccer and softball and you were doing all of the things, you were active, dude.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I guess that's true. I was a sturdy kid.
It's getting sturdy out there.
I still am like a sturdy girl. Like I'm never gonna be like a skinny girl. Like I'm gonna be like, even when I like get in shape, I'm like in shape.
See, that's why I'm like I want to do Pilates. I'm like, I don't want to be the sturdy girl. I want to be the toned, fit, tight girl, you know?
I feel like I've just like accepted it at this point that I'm never gonna be like the like little skinny petite girl. Like I'm either gonna be like a little bit chubbier, or I'm going to be like fucking like
jacked a little bit.
Yeah,
that's fair.
There was this picture that my friend got of me yesterday or 2 nights ago or whatever, and I'm like, I look like I'm gonna fight a grown man. Like I gotta cool it on the upper body.
I gotta cool the upper body down. I know, I feel that too. I feel like if I do too much upper body, I start getting a little boxy because my shoulders are so wide. Oh wait, no, you look kind of like cut. Like I can see like your shoulders.
I look like I could hurt a man.
Okay, and good. Fuck them. At least they know not to mess with you. I had to argue with a guy last night. He offered to freaking pay. It was like these 2 bald men. It's always the fucking bald men causing problems, I've noticed. Sorry if you're bald.
You're bald.
They're both at the table, and like they're of course harassing anyone, like women that are at tables without men. And of course the table next to them, there's like 4 girls there. And the guy's like, we're gonna move over there. We're gonna move to their table. I'm like, whatever. And I go over there and he's like, all their drinks are on me. All of their drinks are on us. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, all their drinks. And he was like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and take care of all their drinks. So the place flooded and we closed early. So I'm like scrambling to get everyone cashed out so they could leave. And I go up to the table and I'm like, do you guys want to just split it in half? I was like, that's gonna be the easiest thing. Like they gave me both their cards. I'm like, just split it straight down the middle. The one guy was like, yeah, that's perfect. Do that. I come back and I'm like giving him the receipt, and this guy was like, I know that doesn't say 130. And I said, it sure does. I said, it sure does say that. And he was like, can I have an itemized receipt? And I was like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, here we go. So like take it over there, and he's making me like point out every single drink that these girls had and what they were, like why he paid that amount. I finally looked at him and I said, pay your fucking bill. I was
you're
like,
poor, just say it.
Right. I'm like, listen, I'm like, don't offer to pay for 4 girls' drinks and then get mad that you just paid for 4 girls' drinks. Like, what do you mean? And they all had like 2 drinks each.
It's because they didn't go home with them.
Well, yeah. And then they ordered a round of fucking Patron shots. I'm like, 6 of them. I was like, are you delusional? Are you Delulu? Don't lie to me. I'm like, sign your damn receipt. But I'm like, stuff like that. I'm like, men are always trying to pick a fight with me. And I'm finally like to a point where I'm just like, no. Like, get out.
Yeah. I just read this thing, and it was like, is she being rude, or have you been conditioned to think that all women should be nice to you no matter what? And I'm like, yes. I feel like if it was a male server and he was like, dude, you agreed to pay for these girl shots.
They won't say anything about it. And that's the thing.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, okay, man. Like, well, I tried to take her home, but I didn't. Oh, well, maybe I'll just suck your cock and say, I don't like.
Yeah. You're like, let me lick your taint really quick. Really quick before I leave. It'll be really fast.
Like, they're like totally fine. And then like a girl is like, no, you offered to pay for those drinks. Sorry. Like, you have to pay this. He's like, well, and that's the thing too. Do you know how to read numbers? Do you know how to read? Are you sure?
But I also have noticed,
you got a dumb girl brain. Let me see if you know how to do math.
I feel like they will do that thing with you, like where they'll like try to like assert their dominance. But I feel like the second you snap back, that's when they're like, okay, shit. Like, cause he did. Like after I finally was just like, I'm not arguing with you about it. I said, you're gonna pay the bill. I was like, you offered to pay for their drinks. If you didn't want to pay for them, you shouldn't have offered. I was like, what else do you want me to say? And he was like, well, I just want to make sure everything on this receipt is right. I'm like, you think that I'm just ringing in drinks for the hell of it? Like, you think I'm just putting drinks on your tab? Like, let's come back down to earth for a second. Like, we also have this motherfucker. I won't even say what he's like, not from here, but like everyone hates him. He does like that whole like shake up thing. Like he'll piss everyone off and then he'll go to him and he'll be like, we're good though. We're like, get out.
Like there's a guy, if you've ever worked in a restaurant, there's always one customer that comes in and they think that they are so loved.
Oh yeah.
But every time they're like, fucking Darren's here, fucking like trying to like hide in the kitchen, and he just comes up and he's like, oh, my favorite ladies, how are you doing?
Dude, we have like 6 of those where I work.
Baby?
Yeah, literally.
They touch you in like such a weird way.
Yeah, he's like, wait, bro, what are you doing? Hold
she
the
likes
fuck on.
I brought my friend with me. She this one likes a little fingering when you walk in.
I'm not kidding. It's we have at least a handful of those, and
I want to know like how delusional you are to like walk in somewhere and not realize just people hate you.
Oh my God, dude! I feel like that you have to be in the best headspace. Like you could think that you do no wrong. Like you have to have the best days. Like you could never be upset because you would never think that anyone hates you.
I feel like they all work at Salesforce too.
Oh, or they're car salesmen. One of the two. I don't know. Like those are the only 2 places they could work.
Car salesmen always think that everyone loves them.
Dude, I know. So come on down to Keystone Ford. We're gonna get you in a brand new 2008 Honda Civic. You're gonna love it.
You can pull it in, drag it in, trade it in.
The tires are only dry rotted. You'll have to replace those in 6 months. Runs like a dream.
Sure, it doesn't have a transmission, but
there's no AC, but that's what the windows are for. You got it. 300,000 miles.
It doesn't have a radio, but you know how to sing, right?
You got a Bluetooth speaker you can put in there. Come on.
My first car really didn't have a radio in it, so I would just like play this this was in like 2013 is when I got my license. So like I just had this little it was before like phones that played music.
Yeah.
So I had a Zune.
Oh my
and then
God.
a little tiny Bluetooth speaker, and I would just like play it on that.
Well, I had my very first car that I had to buy myself, and I was so proud of this car. And I had to get it from a buy here, pay here because I didn't have credit. Like my mom and dad wouldn't co-sign on it. Like, yeah, no, I mean, like, it was only like
a car thing, like a buy here, pay here.
If you don't have like credit, you can go to a buy here, pay here, and like you buy the car off of them, and then like you pay your car note through them. So like you just take it to the office that you like buy it from. So you're not through like a loan officer. You just like basically get the loan through them. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So like I got my car and like it was only like a $3,000 car or something like that. I put like 15 down, so I only had to pay like the other 15. And honestly, for that car being my first car, I should have kept it until it like fucking shit out. It was a 2000 Hyundai Sonata, and it was like for that time. Like it had a power the power seats. It had a sunroof.
Whoa.
It had like
for 2000?
Yeah, it had like the it was like one of the fully loaded ones that would have been like,
Fully
you know what I mean? Like in 2000 that
This
car
one's
would have been like
fully loaded.
expensive. Yeah. And that car ended up being, it had the weirdest fucking problems, but like it was a good car. It only had like fucking like 90,000 miles on it.
Some like old lady drove
for sure.
it.
Yeah,
Like, she drove
I
it
think
to
that's
like
exactly
the
what
grocery
happened.
store and back for like 5 years.
And that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
And she put like the little towels over her seat
Yep.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Did your grandma
like
do
the car
that?
was honestly in great condition for being in 2000. Like it was crazy. I was like, wow.
Did I tell you how I got my first car? Have I said that on here? I don't know.
My first car was supposed to be a purple Mustang that had no AC, and that's why I didn't get it. It's because it didn't have
I wanted
AC.
a pink car so bad when I was
The
younger.
purple Mustang was so cute. She was like an older model though, and she was like way more. But
I got my parents did help me with my first car, but it's only because my dad's like a super big gambler and not like legally.
not in a good way.
Yeah, like I
not
mean,
in a legal way.
He'll do legal gambling as well, but he also does like some like underground stuff that like I probably shouldn't be saying this out loud, but I don't think he does it anymore. That's the old him.
The SWAT team goes and fucking gets your dad. Sarah, what did you say?
I did.
Where were you?
I did watch one of my dad's boats get repoed because like I had a party at the house and the cops showed up. And I thought the cops were showing up because I had a party the night before. And they were like, hey, is there a boat here? As soon as they showed up, and I was like, hungover, scared that I was about to get in trouble by the police. And I'm like, yeah, it's right back here. I'll just show you right to it. And then the next thing I know, they're just literally like,
Where was your dad? What did he say?
they were like, they were at the casino. And so I called my dad and I was like, hey, they're just like taking your boat. He's like, why the fuck would you tell them where the boat is? I'm like, you didn't tell me.
I was like, why the fuck would you leave me at home by myself with cops? What do you want me to
The
do?
cops are here. I'm scared. He's like, yeah, I guess like he hadn't like made the payments on it.
I also love like we have the dads that like they can do no wrong. It's like, why didn't you make the payments?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
like,
why
be
am I
mad at yourself.
Why am I in trouble? Because you didn't make a boat
Dude,
payment. The police had to
yeah,
come here to repo it, but I'm in
My
trouble.
dad literally used to do that. Never took responsibility for anything. Like if he would like break something and he'd be like, well, why did somebody leave it there?
Why
Like,
did you leave a cup on the table?
I'm like, bro, you come on. Like, come on, dude.
But that's okay. So that's how I got my first car because this guy like couldn't afford what. Also, my dad's a really good gambler as well, so the guy couldn't afford to like pay him. So he's like, "How about I just give you my car until I can afford to pay you what I owe you?" And it was like this 1993 Mercedes 353i.
Did he ever end up paying it back? Did
Yeah,
you ever get the
so
car?
I had that car for like a year. It like was a piece of shit. Didn't have a radio. The air conditioning and heat worked, but only on the top part, like where you defrost.
Was the car under this man's name while you were driving it? Like, was it in his name?
No, I think we put it in my name. I don't really remember. I was just like, I got a car. No, yeah, it was because I had it for like a year. Every time I put gas in it, you also had to put oil in it. It just like leaked oil constantly.
I feel like those cars are like notorious for that. When I had my BMW, it had an oil leak too.
Yeah, it just like literally constantly leaked oil. And then like after like a year of having it, the guy asked if he could buy it back. He bought it back for like $3,000. So
He found money at the casino. Yeah. Your dad's like, give it up. Your dad's like, your car's getting repoed. He comes in a police uniform. He's like, sorry, babe.
He's like, is there a Mercedes here? I'm like,
comes
I
in
know
here.
how this works.
Oh man, this means I'm not gonna have a car, doesn't it?
I've been tricked like this before.
So what'd you drive after that?
A Toyota Celica that was my brother's, but my brother had gotten in some trouble. He was in jail. And so I drove, well, it was my dad's and my dad gave it to my brother. My brother got in trouble. He couldn't drive because he lost his license. So then I got the Toyota Civic for a little bit. Or Toyota Celica.
Isn't that a disease?
Celica?
Celiac.
Yeah, I had a Toyota Celica. A celiac. It only took gluten-free glass.
Glass.
Yeah, you just had to put gluten-free glass in that bitch. It took off.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I had a that 2000 Sonata. I had the BMW. I had a 2014 Hyundai Elantra. And now I have my Civic. I haven't really had that many cars.
Yeah.
I know some people who literally get a new one like every year. I'm like, who the fuck is paying for this?
Oh.
Like your loans are probably
A car payment's so ridiculous too. I'm
No,
like,
it's
what am
stupid.
I
I'm honestly
doing?
glad that I don't have one, and like I'm probably gonna drive my car until it
I
shits
say
the fuck
that
out.
I say that every time I get a new car, and then I drive it to the ground so fast.
I know, man. I have so many miles on my car for it being a 2015. Like honestly,
Yeah.
but I was driving it back and forth for like school, so I racked up a lot of miles in that year anyway.
I also just like hit things, so like the car.
You hit literal boulders, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're not even like you hit the biggest potholes. There are sometimes when you're driving and I know you're not paying attention, and I want to be like, "Hey, dude, there's literally a fucking crater in the road. You literally just drive on over it." I'm like, you're like, "Oh,
Oopsie.
I'm sorry." You literally drive into a fucking building, just back up and keep driving.
Hey, don't tell anyone about
Do you
this.
remember? Wait, Sarah, do you remember when? Whenever I had you take me to the Cheesecake Factory so I could pick up my kids' meal, and you went to back up and your car didn't do the sensor thing, and you backed into that car, and we just drove off like nothing happened.
No, but I've done that so many times
God,
that
Sarah, I literally remember you just like you weren't even.
I was
looking.
like, hey,
You
how
just-
about we don't ever talk about that, okay?
You
And then
just,
you're
like,
like, how do I
back-
bring it up on this podcast?
just like backed it up and like barely hit the car. You just put it in drive.
I think I did that in like high school one time.
Like neither of us said anything. I had my fucking cheat oh no, it's the spaghetti factory. I had my spaghetti factory kids meal and this little drink. You just back straight into your car. We like look at each other and you just put it in drive and drive off.
I think I did that in high school one time too, and it was like after cheer practice, and I was a senior, and I had like these two sophomores in the back seat of the car. I don't know why they were in the back and there was no one in the front, but I was driving them around like a
We're
taxi driver,
chauffeur.
just the worst taxi driver ever. And so I'm like older. They like think that I'm like cool or whatever, and I'm just
You're
like
trying to impress them.
yeah, so I had the music really loud and stuff. I'm in like my little Celica, and I was like, so where do you guys want to go? You want to go to like a party or something? And then I like put the car in reverse, back right into a car, and I was like, hey, how about we don't talk about that?
Don't ever tell anyone that I did this. It's one of their cars.
Hey, if you want to hang out with a cool
man.
person like me ever again, you keep your mouth shut. Okay, let's go.
Oh my god, that was seriously so funny. I just remember that one because it was just like silence. And you were just like, oh,
Oopsie.
it literally just puts it in drive and drive off.
I feel like I never hit them hard enough that it's like that bad.
A problem. It's a little bump. If it didn't cause any damage, whatever.
Just a
You know what
little
I
tiny
mean?
bump.
Just a little bump.
I hate when people get mad about it too. They're like, I'm like, okay, look, there's no damage on either one of our cars. They're a little love tap, like
With a little love top. I didn't mean
relax.
it. And then there's, me getting fucking rear-ended in Greenwood, and that was totally different. I had a high-speed chase with an old man that almost got his ass beat, bro. He's so lucky. I was 2 seconds from dragging his ass out of that car. I opened his car door and was like screaming in his face.
like an old man.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Literally, fuck him. He shouldn't have even been driving. He wasn't even paying attention. He was like, sorry, I haven't really felt good. I was like, well, now I don't feel good, you bitch.
Fell.
He tried to drive off after he rear-ended me. Like, no, dude, fuck you. You know, I have no sympathy at all.
Tim's old. He didn't know what he was doing.
He was like 55 probably.
Oh, that's not old.
But he looked way older. He looked way older. The only reason that I knew that is because on the police report they had to put his date of birth.
Okay.
Because I probably would have guessed
I want to
60.
get back to this. Like, so like my mom always had.
Oh my God, we were so far away from
we
that.
wait. I'm gonna get back. You wait. I always figure out a way to circle back.
You wait.
Yeah, we always circle back. So
We
my
always come back to the original
my
point.
mom would always have like these like famous recipes, but they like weren't famous at all. And like
oh my
her,
God,
like,
we really got away from I forgot we were even talking about that. I was like, wait, where are you going with this again?
her signature dish was like this fucking
Soup.
It was a vegetable soup, but
All
it was
like a dump, like you know.
Yeah.
you just dump a bunch of shit into a
she's
pot.
like my famous vegetable soup, no seasoning at all.
Was it canned vegetables or was it
Yes.
frozen?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
that makes all
canned
the difference.
Vegetables. It was canned tomato broth,
Ew.
and then canned corn, canned potatoes.
See, the canned potatoes is where things get real tricky because I feel like that should be borderline illegal.
It wasn't even
it
like
doesn't taste the
it's
same.
like vegetable soup, but it wasn't even like most of them were like just carbs. So it was corn, potatoes, canned green beans, And then
okay, but it wasn't fire. Like low key, like that kind of sounds fire.
No, it wasn't good. It was so bland.
Oh, like she didn't season it or anything. Okay, my
no,
dad.
it was just all that like put into a pot.
My dad used to
like,
make.
You want to take some of my famous vegetable stew
like,
home?
No,
I'm like,
no.
You can freeze it. I'm like,
No, yeah, not gonna do that either. My dad used to make really good vegetable soup and chili. Those are like my two favorite things he would make. But he also like he was a good cook. This is when my mom cooked was where things went.
You went real south.
Like she also was a very bland cooker, and like she would be like, "Why don't you just warm up some pizza rolls?" I'm like, "Bro, no!" Like literally, or she'd make mac and cheese and she put like too much milk in it, so it was like soup. It was always something, or she would burn whatever she was trying to make. I'm like,
my mom would always do that with broccoli and cheese. She'd be like, "You're gonna love my broccoli," and it was just like essentially
with
like
shredded cheese on it.
It was like broccoli cheddar soup, basically. But she's like, "This is the only way your dad will eat broccoli.
This is the only way he'll eat broccoli.
He does love vegetables. You just have to like cover it in milk and cheese."
My mom used to make tuna noodle casserole, which honestly I will not.
Not gonna dog it.
Slander happen to that because I low-key would probably eat a whole pan of that. I haven't had it in so long.
Ew, I can't eat tuna casserole.
Oh, I love it. You know,
Sorry.
that's like one of those like poor man meals where I'm like guilty pleasure. I'll eat the whole fucking thing.
My poor man meal that I'll still eat that is not good. It is good, but like if anybody saw me eat it, they'd be like, "Are you okay?" So it's beef ramen noodles, mac and cheese.
Together?
Yeah. Beef ramen noodles, mac and cheese. You mix them together, hot sauce and Doritos.
Mine was okay, it was a take on the tuna noodle casserole, but I remember telling my tattoo artist this last time I went and saw him back in Terre Haute. He literally looks at me and he goes, "I would never say that out loud or admit to anyone that I was eating that if I was, but I would take those mac and cheese cups and just put like a pack of tuna in them and put like salt, pepper, and like salt, like seasoning salt on it." It was really good.
Like a mini tuna helper.
Kinda, yeah. He was like, "That's really fucking gross." I'm like, "Eh."
I mean, it does tell me that like if anything were to happen, I don't think it will. I think that
I don't think it will.
I think I'd be okay in prison because I think I could eat a prison meal just fine, like a slam. When people talk about like the ramen noodle slams that they make, I'm like, well,
or like
that
when they're making like
delicious.
pizzas out of stuff like that too. I'm
And
like,
they'll be like
"Ugh."
putting like canned pickles and stuff in there. I'm like, sounds delicious.
Sounds delicious. That was pretty much what I was eating anyway.
Sounds like you get a free meal.
Or do you guys
Well, I
ever
guess
see?
that's commissary food, but
I feel like my mom was the ingredient household. Have you seen that on TikTok too?
where like they have a bunch of ingredients but nothing to make.
Yeah, and like
My
you
mom
like
does
would
that
eat
so
like
bad.
croutons, or you would eat like cheese out of the bag. We did that all the fucking
Yes.
time. I'm like, it's so crazy that all of us have lived such similar lives. Like,
Yes, the ingredients, but no fucking meals. I'm
no,
like,
ever.
what do you like? I think it was more like maybe a meat issue. Like we never had like meat and like
Ew, but when we did, they never cooked it right. Like my mom used to make like pork chops and would put no seasoning on them. Like every time she'd say we'd having pork chops for dinner, I'm like, dude, no, I would rather starve. I would rather fucking starve.
pork chops. Ugh.
And they'd always make it with fucking like instant mashed potatoes, also
Oh,
disgusting.
my
With
God.
a packet of microwavable gravy to put on top of that, and then like some canned
The
green
powdered
beans or
gravy
something.
that you have to.
Ew, dude. I literally every time she'd say that, I'm like, there's
That
no
is
fucking
like
way
the
we're having pork chops for dinner
notorious
again.
White like small town meal ever.
God.
Pork chops,
Because pork
instant
chops
mashed potatoes.
were cheaper
Yeah.
than steak or chicken. Like,
Mhm. There's a reason for that. It
Dude.
tastes like the farm.
I would get, or like if we did ever get that type of stuff, my dad would go and get it from like a butcher shop. Like he
Yeah.
would like, because him and his friends would do like go like deer hunting and stuff. So we'd have like a bunch of deer meat. So they'd make like stuff with that. But I'm like, I don't
Deer
think that
meat
ever
also.
came out
It
great.
tastes like the fucking deer. It tastes like
I didn't ever
gamey.
really like it. Yeah, I'm like, I know some people like that, but I'm like,
I can do the jerky,
ugh.
but like that's where I draw the line on my deer.
Same. I don't even
On my
like,
deer.
eat red meat like that anymore. But
Okay, I'm gonna read some of these other ones that people said.
okay, let's hear it.
It was a chicken breast pan fried with olive oil and oregano. It's her famous meal. Moms hate seasoning.
I know, like what? It's not gonna fucking burn your skin. Like, you're like a witch when you're like, if like, is it what like salt? If you throw salt on it, it like burns their skin. Like, is that what's happening?
Okay, French toast. She used to just put scrambled eggs on bread on a pan, no flavor whatsoever.
Dude, I used to hate. I had a fucking friend whose dad would do that. I'm like, put some milk with the eggs, add a little vanilla and like sugar and cinnamon. Like, it's not that hard.
Wait, people would make French toast, just like dip bread into
and like eggs, yeah,
and then just cook
that's
it
how
like
some
that?
people make it. Yeah,
So it's not like sweet at all.
I mean,
It's
they
just
put
like soggy bread
or you
that
put
they
like
cook.
syrup on it or something to make it sweet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust that. Yeah, I feel like
You're literally just making a scrambled egg toast at that point.
it's just you're sogging up the bread.
You're just sogging it up with egg.
just
and
make
then, like,
toast.
And then like you would see like bits of the egg like on it, like the egg would be cooked. Like, oh my god,
oh
stop!
my god, because the egg would cook. It's just like got crusty, a little crusty bread, crusty soggy bread
with egg on it. Ugh.
French toast must be like there's French toast a lot of times. That must have been pretty traumatizing.
I
for a lot
love
of
French
people.
toast, but not when it's homemade because it's never fucking made right.
I don't like any type of breakfast bread. So
Breakfast bread.
yeah, French.
I
toast,
like waffles,
pancakes.
not pancakes, and I love French toast.
I hate all of them.
Okay, well they hate you. Good, they don't want you to eat it anyway.
Tequila chicken.
I don't know what that is. I almost don't want to know. It literally is just chicken in a pan with like fucking tequila in
Sounds
it.
like your mom was an alcoholic.
Sounds like your mom shouldn't have been doing that.
It was just like it
She's
was just
boiling
tequila.
the chicken in tequila. Ew. Wait, I want to see what that is.
Yeah, look up tequila chicken. Meat sauce. Yeah, my mom always made spaghetti with fucking meat in it, and I hated that.
Oh, I didn't like that either. Is it tequila lime chicken? Because that's the only thing coming up.
Maybe.
It takes 8 hours and 30 minutes to cook.
Jesus. She was putting work into this bland meal.
Hold on, sorry. We have a Mazda advertisement. They must have known we were talking about the
Cars.
car salesman. Well, okay, wait. A half cup of gold tequila, 1 cup.
Gold.
Yeah, that's even worse. A cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. A half cup of orange juice. I highly doubt she was putting all this in
This
there.
is a tequila sunrise.
Chili powder, jalapeno pepper, garlic, kosher salt, black pepper, and then skinless chicken. And like you just cook them like that.
That's a
You're
drink.
cooking your chicken in your tequila sunrise.
Yeah.
You're cooking chicken in a margarita,
It's just
basically.
like a little bit of grenadine, orange juice.
Yeah, it literally is like combined tequila, lime, orange, chili powder, jalapeno, garlic.
That'd be great
and
as a
pepper.
drink. You put the chicken in there, that's where things start to get a little.
It's getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Things are going south quickly.
It
Also, I'm just like,
sounded
people-
great until we did the chicken.
People will cook anything in anything. I swear to God. Like, what does that even mean? Like, why would you just be like, oh, you know what? Let's put some chicken in this tequila and see what we get. Stupid.
Turkey
Tetrazzini.
Yeah.
Okay, that one. Hold on, wait. Like, Sarah, that looks. Tell me that doesn't look like fucking garbage.
Tetrazzini. It sounds like turkey Tetris.
It looks disgusting.
That doesn't look that bad.
Sarah, grow up. Okay, wait. This has.
I might be on their mom's side on this one. That kind of looks
Hold on,
fire.
wait. It has spaghetti, butter, onion, garlic, mushrooms, flour, chicken broth, cream cheese, half and half, salt and pepper, parsley, Italian seasoning, turkey, cheese, and Parmesan.
Sounds way
It
better
basically
than
just-
vegetable
okay,
soup.
yeah, that's fair. It definitely sounds like a lot though.
Pork tenderloins. Yeah. Oh, but like not only pork chops, tenderloins. I fucking
the
hate
sandwiches?
tenderloins. Yeah. Do you
Oh,
like
same.
tenderloins?
It's so obnoxious. Like they put them on that bun.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. Like why are you doing
Such
that?
a Midwest thing to be like, look how big this tenderloin is compared to this bun. Okay, what? It's like
What's the
impossible to
point?
eat.
Yeah,
Why
what's
is that
the
cool?
point?
Why the
Yeah.
fuck is that cool?
I don't get it. Like I don't.
Just
I
put
would
a
actually,
normal size
what?
sandwich on a normal size bun.
I've never seen someone eat one either. So how are they eating it? Are you like cutting the chicken around?
Yeah,
to, like, the
my
sandwich?
grandma loved a pork tenderloin. Yeah, you cut around it, you eat it, and then like you eat the sandwich too. Which like, okay, well, I guess it's like, no, I
Why
don't get
couldn't
it.
you just like put like 5 buns there and then like just
Yeah, like cut it, like just
Yeah.
like cut it into like normal size.
or why don't they just make pork tenderloin buns? How about that? Why don't they just make
the
that?
biggest bun
It
ever?
would have to be right, but like that only makes sense. Why does tenderloin have to be that big?
I think there's a market out there for that.
You know what? I think we're onto something. We might be able to get on Shark Tank with that one.
American chop suey.
American chopped sewage.
It's just a little bit of suey. It's just a little bit of poopy on a bread.
American Horror Story is what comes up first. Hold on. Ew, this. What? It is an American pasta casserole with ground beef, macaroni, seasoned tomato sauce, and then like seasonings.
Yeah, I feel like if it has the word
The
casserole in it, I get
think it's
why.
crazy that people know what these names are. This just sounds like something that my mom would have like whipped up with.
Yeah, she's just like
not even with a name. They're just like, "Hey, I made this."
I had a spare pan.
Like I would call this like beef and noodles. Is damn near what I would call this. Like
beef and noodles too.
It says like macaroni, ground beef, and tomato based sauce, and you can add vegetables to it. I'm like, yeah, that literally sounds like beef.
That's just casserole.
Yeah, like.
All casseroles are the same to me.
I can't believe someone knew what this was called.
Chop suey.
Oh, it could be called goulash. I knew that.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of goulash.
I have too, but
goulash doesn't even sound like something you want to eat,
no, my dad made it one time and I threw it up and I never liked it since then. I don't know why I did. I just didn't like it.
This one is, my godmother made an awful chicken marinated in raspberry dressing served on a pesto pasta.
Did she have taste buds? Was she okay?
Where do you find raspberry dressing?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, like a raspberry vinaigrette, or was she like cooking it in a jam?
Like, what are those things that you? Oh no, I'm thinking of cranberry sauce.
I mean, that's comparable. It's just raspberry, or cranberry, not raspberry.
Chicken enchilada recipe came from Sam's Club canned chicken package.
Honestly, I mean, if they're going to give you the recipe, why not use it? You know what I mean? That's less work you got to do. Shit. It can't be that bad if they're like publicly putting it out there. You know what I mean?
Okay, last one that I'll read because the rest of them were like, it was actually pretty good. Gordon's Food Service mac and cheese.
We went to
Gordon's Food Service.
I haven't had a lot of food from there, but my mom and dad would always get like for holidays, they'd go and get the pies from there, like the fruit pies. That's where they would buy them from. And that's what we would take to like our Thanksgivings and like our Christmases.
Your mom's like, my famous Gordon Food Service pie.
Wait, I want to look. What is the mac and cheese like?
It's good. I've had it. Their potato salad.
Oh my God,
Gordon
shut
Food
up.
Service potato
Dude,
salad.
honestly, I always forget how much I like potato salad because I like won't eat it for a really long time and then it'll just like catch my eye and I'm like, holy shit.
It's such a odd thing of a mixture of ingredients.
It's so good though. Like for no reason. Like that shit is so
it's
fucking
not
fire.
salad at all though.
It's not even salad.
It's just cold.
It's so good. I also like the macaroni salad too that has like the same base.
Yeah.
But do you like a mayonnaise or a mustard base on yours?
I like them both.
I like a mustard more because I like it to be a little bit more savory because I feel like the mayonnaise is a little too sweet.
I like it sweeter, but I'll do the mustard one as well.
The Amish really knew what they were doing. The food's always so good.
I got my dog from the Amish. I got my bed from the Amish.
Like, was it in that tray, the mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't look that bad. I don't know what they're complaining about.
I saw Amish people at the airport the other day, which felt weird.
Are they able to? Because they don't have like cars and stuff.
They just went there. It was just like they may have not even flown. It was just like a field trip for them.
Just to see it.
They're like, and this is where you could possibly die.
This is where you could possibly get in.
Jesus doesn't want us to be here.
He doesn't want us up there that high.
I do think it's weird. I wonder if they can only fly on like certain days too, because like you know how they can like be on their phone. They can have like phones.
Well, okay,
on
that
certain
too.
days.
I feel like things have definitely evolved. You know what I mean? Like me and Azzy when we went and picked up Winston, her corgi. When we went out there, like there was a solid moment. Like I'm not kidding. Like we lost service and we were out in the fucking boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these people could literally kidnap us right now. Like if they really wanted to. So they get there. She's like trying to call him. And like we like finally couldn't get a hold of him. Obviously, we get there. She like knocks on the door and she was like, "I tried to call you." He goes, "My phone's down the road."
Yeah.
He was like saying something like they keep their phones like at someone's like.
No, they keep it at the end of their driveway.
No, he said it was like down the road, like at someone's house. Like he was like, I don't have it on.
I got my dog from the Amish too, and he was like, "Oh, we keep our phone at the end of the driveway, so I can only check it like once a day."
It's so weird, but yeah, like,
but then they can like go on flights.
And like breed dogs.
What do you think? How do you think they're breeding them? They like breed dogs, like eat. like fucking walk around,
It
like
makes me laugh too because when we went and
ride
picked up, it's
bikes.
like she was showing me all of like their names, all of the corgi names, and they were all it's like Brad, Tyler. I was like, "Are you serious?"
named them after each one of their kids.
Yeah, like the one that she picked up, he was always like, "Are you here for Tyler?" I was like, she ended up changing his name, but I was like, "The fact
Are
they
you
named
here for Tyler?
and they left the
Are you
mom
here for
outside.
Brad?
I almost kidnapped her. It was freezing outside, and she was like freezing outside the door, like
Yeah.
laying on this ice strip. I'm like, this dog's about to come on
It's
with
way
me,
cheaper
bitch.
to get a dog from the Amish, but I don't know if it's always like the safest situation.
Oh, I know. Well,
Like,
as he paid, like I think like that corgi was still like $500 or $600.
but that's cheap for a corgi.
Well,
like, if you go to
yeah.
like a pet store, they're like $1,800.
Oh, of course, yeah. But and it also sucks too because on top of that, you have all your expenses. Like, she had to get a crate for him, like had to get his
Yeah.
vaccine. So I mean, after that, I'm sure she paid.
They vaccine them. The Amish do. They give them like their first round.
I know, but I'm saying like after that, you still have to like get there.
I mean, that's just called like taking care of a dog.
Yeah, like as they're puppies, I think they have to have like several rounds until they're at least a year, and then it's once a year
yeah.
after that.
Those are expenses you expect when you,
Correct,
when
right.
You, when you buy a dog.
Well, not everyone, but yeah.
It's like you're not gonna have like a log dog or whatever.
Right, yeah. I mean, when I got Brogan, I was 18 and I had no idea what to expect, and he's been one expensive boy. One expensive boy.
Got that bad back on
He's
him.
got that bad back on him. I mean, he's done really well for having a bad back. That boy. I didn't get him from the Amish though. I got him from a freaking Terre Haute trailer park. He's perfect. He's perfect.
I did
$150
get-
for that
I
dog.
got my dog from the Amish, but I did get Chloe from
Cleo.
not the trailer park, but like also a woman that like she didn't breed cats or anything. She's just like, I got these 4 cats.
I got these 4 cats. I think they're special.
Look at it, it's stubby.
It's stubby. He's got the short legs, long body. And she's a Siamese. She'd be doing weird shit too. Like when you like pick her up and she's just like,
Yeah.
she goes like straight back. She just hangs there too. I'm like, are you okay?
She's
Just,
very
like
chill.
shake her.
Hello.
Love her. Hello, wake up.
I think whatever you like do to your cat when they're a kitten, they just like start to like that. So I would just always hold her like that. And so now I just think she likes it with her. I think it's adorable. But she did fucking stab into me today with her.
Don't start
stupid
picking
phone.
at it. I know how you are. You're gonna go over there. Your little tiny dot's gonna turn into a fucking flesh wound.
It's just a
It's just a flesh wound.
Okay, let's end this.
Okay, fine. You're trying to end this. You just
Yeah.
want to end it here.
Yeah, I'm done.
After everything we've been through.
Babe, it's not like
It's not. It's
I just want to take like a break.
and like I'm gonna go fuck like 4 people, but
I
that's
know,
it. I'm gonna
wanna,
come
like-
back after that though.
I want to try a couple other podcasts and like see if I like them. And
I
then,
want to
like,
see if I like those better. And then if I don't
I'm not
like
saying
them,
that they're gonna
I'm
be
come back
better.
to
I'm
you.
just saying like that. Like I don't know. Maybe like they'll like talk to me a little bit more or like
Maybe they'll appreciate me a little bit more.
yeah.
Maybe they'll talk to me about my problems.
So weird. Like this other podcast lets me do anal.
And you don't.
Yeah.
So we got to make a compromise here. Either I go do it or you let me do it. All right, we took that too far.
Okay. Bye.